all of us use, or most of us use traditional banks. I mean, I've banked with my bank for 18 or 20 years now, and the kind of experience that those banks deliver in their mobile apps doesn't seem to have really improved or changed or kept up with modern technology. In a world where we have Uber and you click a single button and a car turns up, my banking app is always out of date by 2 or 3 days. And if I lose my card, I have to phone someone up, or if I go abroad, it always gets blocked for fraud. And I don't understand why the experience of a banking app isn't like the experience of Amazon or Facebook or WhatsApp. Why doesn't it just work? Data security and privacy is something we take very seriously. And so we have invested a lot of time and effort in making sure that our data centers are secure. So, for example, we have external security firms performing penetration tests, so always trying to break in to see if there are any vulnerabilities, hopefully to minimize the probability that there is a data breach. If there is a data breach, clearly there are also then incident management procedures, so which tells us how we have to escalate in certain cases and kind of stuff. So I guess it's just a result of our frustrations with a normal bank, that it's, as I said, using something like Uber or WhatsApp or Amazon Prime, all the other apps work like this. You know, it's just like, this is just what you'd expect, and the banks have just not kept up. They're 20 years out of date. So I think we're simply taking the lessons of consumer internet and trying to apply them to banking.
Yeah, sure.
Where do I see Monzo in 20 years?
Yeah. Gosh.
So I think we're trying to build a financial control center, ideally for everyone in the world. So we've got to start somewhere. So we've started in the UK and in London, and we've up to about 130,000 users now. But really, we'd like to provide this kind of control center for 1 billion people around the world. Okay. And that's not necessarily being the full bank. So we don't want to offer Monzo mortgages or Monzo credit cards, but being the management interface between you and your money. So being that platform or that marketplace for your cash, if that makes sense. You might have your savings account, your ISA, your stocks and shares, your mortgage, your pension, your retailer loyalty points all around, and it's managed through the Monzo interface. Okay. So you can visualize and control all of your finances from one place, if we're successful. And so I think the analogy is like feature phone to smartphone. When everyone had an old Nokia and they said, you know, it's a phone, it makes telephone calls, it sends SMS, the battery lasts 7 days. Like, why would I want anything differently? It's perfect as a phone. Yeah. And then Steve Jobs comes along and says, well, there are these whole other range of problems that a smartphone could solve for you. Not just making phone calls and sending SMS, but they create entire industries. You know, like Uber was created by the smartphone. Yeah, exactly. Amazon Prime Now, or Deliveroo, or whatever it was, all of these things are Tinder. All of these things are enabled by the smartphone. Yeah, so yes, I think we're trying to do a similar thing to banking, which is everyone's got their bank account and it makes payments and they pay their bills and they have a card, and it's like, that's what a bank does, right? Like, why would I want anything different? It works fine. I think what we're trying to say is there's a whole category of other problems that your bank could solve for you. It could be that generational shift from feature phone to smartphone. So we're focused on the UK right now. I mean, long term, we'd love to offer this control centre to everyone in the world. Today, we are a prepaid card in the UK, and we're looking to launch our current accounts over the summer, really. Okay. So the focus right now is UK current accounts.
Have any of your goals been obstructed by Brexit?
Yeah. I mean, not defeated, but certainly delayed. So a UK banking license can operate across Europe for the moment. Once we leave the European Union, it's conceivable that those licenses will stop working across Europe, that they'll be limited to UK only. So we would have to go and open a second office somewhere like Dublin or Paris or, I don't know, Rome to get a second license that would operate across.
Yeah,
exactly. Sure.